welcome back to Midday with the Rog on 103.5 WCCH, the best in variety. Season 2, episode 4 with DJ Catloaf returning. I know that we started a little late, but it's like I said last week, things are pretty busy with school, so we're trying to get here like as early as possible, and just classes have been nuts, and I'm sure it's been insane for you as well.
Yeah, same.
So it's not like anybody else is like, well, why didn't you start right at like 1 o'clock? But no, like we got it, so like we're on it, but like no. So how's things going? I know I haven't had you on in a while, but I think before we get to sports, catch me up.
I know it's been just the summer, right? Just the summer semester. So last time I was on was
It was the last it was either last spring or last fall.
Yeah, I think it was last spring. So it's been a minute in sports. But just like you, I'm back in school and just trying to make it all through the classes, right?
Yeah. So what are you taking this semester?
So I have anatomy and physiology, a drawing class, some medical terminology, and like health careers. So just regular schedule. How about you?
I'm taking computer applications and podcasting.
Oh, nice.
So,
yeah.
And I feel like the podcasting part's going to make things a little easier, especially when it comes to this stuff, because we are editing as well. And like now that Pat has like a brand new title, like I can't really rely on him to be my guest and like, oh, you get this on here. So like when it comes to like the whole editing thing, I feel like I'm more on my own for that. I mean, I do have a few people like Eric, for an example, that came on. Shout out Eric. DJ Genji came on the first episode of Midday with the Rog in season 2 about 3 weeks ago. So he's been helping me out too. I know there's a few other people that are like showing me the ropes a little bit. So I mean, but yeah, when it comes to the whole editing aspect of things, I'm gonna have to like pick that up on my own. So like,
yeah, hopefully that class will help with it though.
It will. I mean, it already is already. We're actually currently in the middle of editing our interviews. I actually interviewed Eric.
Oh, cool.
In the class as well, and talked about simple stuff like what's your background, where are you from, why did you end up coming to HCC,
right?
What are like your future goals? I don't have to get into the whole details, but all that shang shebang, to be honest. So that's something we're working on right now. Actually, we're working on getting music on the interview too. Like we're gonna like start looking at that stuff this weekend as well.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
like, or maybe like I'll start looking at it a little bit today, to like add into there going forward. But no, so far it's not bad. We're enjoying it. And Pat stopped by a couple weeks ago to explain like, hey, if you want to join the club, if you want to just get in touch, fill out an application, don't hesitate.
Right.
Me and Flynn will get you the details. But I think that our professor, Mr. Cochran, is actually, at some point, I think he's going to end up bringing us to the station, even though...
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Guys like me and Eric...
You're already here,
We're already here, so, like, if they have any questions, they could come up to us as well. So,
no, that's awesome. Yeah, you're the expert.
Yeah, so, like, when it comes to that, it's me and him, doing our thing with that. So, but no, I think at some point we're going to get to have him bring us down. Pat came to the class the other a few weeks ago, so he explained his title, and if you need any help, don't hesitate with things. So all the simple stuff.
Cool.
But no, I mean the computer applications class is like it's a little hard, because things are explained a little too fast and stuff like that. But it is what it is. Like it's like my head coach said. Like just pick up what you can and just write down what you can. Just do the best you can. So
exactly,
honestly, there's not really more I could do with that. So
yeah,
but it's a work in progress. And the beginning of the semester, you know how that can be. But just wait till like things like increase like later on.
I know.
So that's
when
like
things
are gonna get like harder. And stuff like that. Because like. It's just one of those things where you just gotta buckle up for it. So
exactly,
just take it in the
You'll
way
get
it
through
is.
that.
But yeah. So you enjoying them so far? I mean, I know we're really only in the beginning, so it's not like we're like that far in. So.
I think I'm just still getting back into the groove. So
I feel like a few people have said that. I mean, I'm sort of back into it now, used to it. Like it only took me like a few weeks to really pick up having to wake up every day early and stuff. Plus like working that stuff and working too, like you know, because I, like, with the whole host thing, I had to get promoted with that. So, like, once that, like, I'll come here, like, Monday through Thursdays and then work, like, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. It's, like, my last, like, day shift's, like, Monday. So then I'll just, like, go from there with stuff. And then, of course, when things open, you know, things open up back more hours, you know, all that. But, like, no, there's, like, one of those things, like, you also have the time to do the work as well. Like, it's, like, there's other things that play into it. And especially for other people, usually people come to college not 2 days a week. Like, I do come more than 2 days, but, like, when it comes to classes, usually people just have 2 day classes 2 days a week. They usually have it for
multiple
like
days,
exactly, and maybe sometimes it's like the whole week. So, like, that also plays a big factor as well. So.
Oh, for sure.
But it's just one of those things where you're like, you know, just figure out time and like it's like what my friends have been saying, even my parents, like, don't, like, overload yourself. I know you're trying to look for, like, a second job, but, like don't, like, overload it and stuff like that. Like, you know, just, like, really taking what you have right now and then just, like, go from there. And who knows, maybe this broadcasting thing, actually, I think I'll bring that up. I actually ended up announcing a Westfield High School game the other day. They needed somebody because the guy that's been doing it for years couldn't make it that day. So I was the color commentator, and actually I was right next to someone that was announcing the game play-by-play. That's awesome. With the color commentator, you do it after the play. So when I was next to somebody, he had the headset on and everything. He's been doing it for, like, a few years now.
That's
so,
awesome.
Like, he was doing the play-by-play, and then I was doing the color commentary. It was actually kind of cool because, you know, I haven't announced a high school game before. I used to announce, like, the Pee Wee stuff and all that, like, when I was younger, but it really wasn't anything crazy. I didn't really much enjoy it, but I did enjoy actually doing, like, a high school game, and it was a great experience. I really much enjoyed it, and I hope, you know, I know in a few weeks I'm going to contact the athletic director for Westfield High School. Mr. Voros is going to get back to me in a couple weeks and find out, like, what's next. Because I know, like, the next couple games, so they only have, like, 3 home games. They're going to have the guy that's been doing it for years doing it. I'm like, even if I'm there just to chaperone, like, and I'm fine with that too. So, no, but, like, and it's not even that. Like, there's more that they want me to do. Like, they want me to do, like, sports in the winter, maybe even sports in the spring, and like I could even help out with soccer in the fall, like help out my old school Westfield Tech, and help out one of my old coaches, Kyle DeLude, with, like, the scoreboard. I don't even have to announce because, like, for that you can't, because you have to do, like, scoreboard or just, like, maybe the book, but, like, other things, like these, like, we're looking for, like, basketball announcers in the spring and in the winter, excuse me, and I was like, interesting, because like I don't remember seeing that before, but now, you know,
you could do it.
But, like, you know, there's, like, spring sports as well. Maybe they get me to do baseball as well. I'd love to do that. So and, like, just help out any way I can. And I enjoyed it because, like, it helps me, because that's what I want to do. I want to be a broadcaster, and that just helps me with experience, obviously resume, and just getting behind the scenes with it and, like, really getting a shot to
and
really,
since you're very well versed in, like, multiple sports, so I think that's, like, a good opportunity for you.
No, for sure. And, like, I mean, at first I was kind of hesitant a little bit because, like, I haven't done a high school game like that before. So I was like, because, like, I got a random text. I got back from school. And, like, 40 minutes later, I got a text from someone that I know. And they said, we need somebody to cover the game tonight, et cetera, et cetera. You know, we'll see, can you go do it? And I was like, first I was like, like, I was thinking about it. And then I asked my mom, she's like, I would do it if I were you. And then I was like, not every day you get that. So.
Exactly.
But no, I very much enjoyed it. And I'm going to contact the AD in about a couple weeks again. Sure. So we talked a couple days ago, and we're going to check right back up. But they definitely want to bring me back, because I'm trying to be humble. Like, I don't want to say anything, but, like, a lot of people were like, you know, I'm glad that we should have had this person. Like, you know, I don't want to say anything like that, but, like, I did get a lot of compliments. So like I said, we'll be in contact in the next couple weeks. But no, do you have anything else before we get kicked off? I know that, you know, your college schedule, is it like 5 days for you, like, the classes, or is it, like, a little mixed up and a little more relaxed? Exactly.
Pretty much. I mean, honestly, I'm here Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and then the rest is, like, you know, doing it at home or at work.
Oh, I mean, exactly.
So it's pretty good, not bad.
I mean, because, like, so you do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then the rest of the week's, like, just virtual.
Yeah, the rest of it.
That's
not
bad.
Virtual. Yeah.
So I mean, at least you're not coming here like every single day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm technically after Monday going to be coming here Monday through Thursday, so that'd be like 4 days.
Yeah.
But like, it would be no different because I'd work Mondays and then Tuesday through Friday I'm here, so it's not like it's any different. You just cut one of the days off. So
exactly.
Other than that, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Because like days that I don't have,
classes.
Yeah, I do the work here with my head coach. I get it done.
Yeah.
Even sometimes I might, get a bite to eat or like work out or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, that's how like it, because like, that's like the whole point.
Yeah.
And like when you don't have class, that's like the best way.
Yeah.
To
kind of do all the other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I could get where you're coming from there. I totally get that.
So yeah, with the schedule, have you been able to watch sports lately?
No, that hasn't really been that big of an issue for me. No, not entirely. No, that's been fine. So, I mean, because like sometimes when I get home, I go study, get ready for what's next. I mean, today I had to do like a 50-question test, so that was just lovely. But and you got to go home and then like look for that music stuff that I explained to you that I might put in there, and then study for the next module. Or like, there's always, it's like what my ed coach says, there's like always something to do.
Of course.
So, but that's just how it goes. But no, it seems like things are kind of intense a little bit.
Yeah, I'm progressing pretty well. So what's on the agenda for today, Al?
I'm glad you asked that. We're going to get kicked off with a little bit of college football.
Okay.
I know that FSU is going to play Virginia at 3-1. FSU right now is currently 3-0, and they're currently playing Virginia coming up this upcoming. I believe it's this upcoming Friday, not even Saturday, because I know sometimes they have games actually during the week. So yeah, FSU number 8 at Virginia, actually tomorrow. So they got a game at Virginia. They are the number 8 team in the ACC. So honestly, I think I'm probably gonna go FSU here. I think they're playing pretty decent. I don't know about you, but what do you got?
I'll just go with whoever's 3-0. Like, I feel like that's a pretty good bet. I honestly haven't been watching a lot of college football this season.
I've watched BC because I like watching them because they're my team, but like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, my husband's been watching like a lot of the games, and I watched one of the UNC games with him, and it was just like, I don't know, it was great to see Bill Belichick lose. Sorry for anyone who's a Bill Belichick fan, but
he did end up winning his second game, so that ended up working out for him. The next week, of course, but like I feel like one of those things. But we got so FSU, I got FSU winning that as well. We got LSU at Ole Miss coming up actually this upcoming Saturday. Yeah. And it's actually this Saturday coming up. We got Ole Miss and LSU. It's gonna be a good game. LSU is currently the number 4. They're 4-0. Yep. And they're at the number 13, Ole Miss. Yeah. That's 4-0.
Go Tigers.
Both teams are. I think I'm gonna go LSU here. Few players on the Giants with LSU, Malik Neighbors and Beckham. So I gotta support guys over there.
Oh, exactly. And I'm going LSU too. We have a friend, Timmy, who's from New Orleans. Shout out Timmy. So he's a huge LSU fan, and we used to go to this bar in Boston that was largely like they just play like lots of different baseball games or football games, whatever the season was. And I just remember seeing a bunch of good LSU games there. So and that was that must have been fun. Exactly, and that last year that Joe Burrow was on LSU was the
it's a huge tough loss when Burrow is hurt now, and that's something else we can speak about because I feel like now that he's gone right now, he's hurt. I know. I think the Bengals might be in trouble.
Oh, for sure.
But we'll get into.
We'll see how the season goes.
We'll get into that. Honestly, I kind of feel bad because I feel like this guy sometimes when it comes to injuries like can't catch a break a little bit.
I know. So, yeah.
It's just one. I don't know. It's just one thing to look out for. Your reigning Ohio State Buckeyes,
Yep.
number one, 3-0, going against Washington State at 3-0. I don't see them losing that game. So, Ohio State, number one for a reason.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked at all if they end up winning that game. So.
Do you think it's going to be close though?
Possibly, but I still think the Buckeyes will pull it off.
All right.
So we got Ohio State. I got Ohio State winning that game. We got Bama at Georgia. So we got the number 5 Georgia. That's 3-0 against Bama. That is the number 17 team, actually. Yes, I was correct. Number 17. 2-1 at Georgia coming up this Saturday night at 7:30 on ABC.
Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna take that?
I think Georgia.
Honestly, I think
Georgia
always
always has a bunch of
I think
good
Georgia
players.
will take a pretty good win at home there.
Yeah.
So we're both going Georgia. We got Oregon, PSU. Oregon's number 6, PSU the 3, 4-0, and for Oregon 3-0 for PSU. What's gonna happen there?
PSU.
You got PSU.
That's where I'm going.
Anyways, honestly, I'm gonna take Oregon in that game. I like Oregon on the Ducks on the road. So we got CLA at Boston College.
Boston College. Only because we're in Massachusetts, right?
I'm taking BC as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles are pretty good. I've never been to see the games in person, believe it or not, even though I lived in Boston for quite a while. But, yeah, just a fan of the team in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I like them too. Like I said, I like them for my college team. So they're, let's see how. I think BC will take that at home for sure. So for the rest of the games, we got Notre Dame, number 22, 1-2 at Arkansas, that are 2-2 on Saturday. What do you got?
So I'm going Arkansas. Shout out to my friend Lauren, who's from Arkansas and went there. Yes. So that's who I'm picking. I largely based a lot of my picks on the fact that I know people either from there or that went to those schools. So, yeah, I don't really have a true allegiance when it comes to college football.
Which is okay. I mean, there's no law that says you have to do that. So. I'm going to go with... Actually going with ND on that one.
All right.
So it'll be a little...
We'll make it interesting. We'll see.
Switch up there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go... So we got Tennessee, number 15 at MSST at 4:15 on Saturday. I think Tennessee's going to take that.
I'll go Tennessee as well.
We got Auburn and Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
Yeah, I like Texas A&M at home.
Okay.
The number 9 team, actually.
Yeah.
So, but no, there's some, we got some little college update in. Just thought I would mention a few games.
Yeah.
So, should we take our first break, or should we jump into a little MLB before we take our first break?
Let's jump into a little MLB. It's still early, right?
Yes, we actually have plenty of time, so.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. So, Major League Baseball, how about we'll start off with a little Cal Riley hit, get into 60 home runs. I believe, we don't see that many catchers, but, he made some history last night, joined that 60-plus home run club.
Yeah.
As a catcher is crazy.
That's definitely crazy.
Don't see that every single day.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, I mean, the MVP thing is tight right now between him and Aaron Judge. But 60 home runs
is crazy.
He's only 2 more away from tying Judge's record.
Yeah.
And 3 more from breaking it. And there's about 4 games left, so that's possible.
I know. Isn't that crazy? But, I mean, I think it just speaks to, how great he's been playing all season. I personally have been watching... so every time I'll go to check my stats, because I made a bet that Kyle Schwarber would make so many home runs in the regular season.
56. So.
Yeah, and so every time I'd go look, I'm like, it's just Cal Riley, just right there, always in front. So hey, big ups for that man.
Yeah, he's really putting on a clinic. I can tell you that.
Oh, for sure.
No, I honestly think that that MVP race is is tight right now. Like that, like that is crazy. And like just the impact and the fact of it is like, because not every single day you see a catcher with 60 home runs.
Yeah.
And in general, just even before that, like I didn't even see that coming. That was just like so unexpected.
Left
like,
field.
Yeah, it's right out of left field. Like I wasn't expecting Cal Riley to go blast 60 home runs in one season, let alone freaking just do it. Like he just like it's just the way that it happened too, and like the fact that he did it, like you don't see it every day. So like from a baseball fan's perspective, like you're like, what did I just see? Like how did that like just happen? How did that like click on? Like I mean, that's one of those things where I'm like, well. Like, how about, like, him doing that and then, like, you know, being in that scenario and, like, just watching it? Like, I mean, like, and honestly, like, I think that, you know, he's going to make some, like, he's about to make some things happen. Like, you know, and, dude, like I said, there's only, like, what, 4, like, games left? So, like, 5 games left. So he definitely could, like, break that, you know,
sure.
100%. Like, there could be, you know, a chance even in the next 4 games that we see it. So, like...
Oh, I'm sure. Because there's been multiple games where, like, you'll hit more than one. So, like, it definitely could happen.
No. And, like, okay, so Seattle's, like, remaining schedule, they got the Rockies tonight. And then they're going to play the... So they got the Rockies tonight. They got the Dodgers the next 3 games. Yep. So, honestly, like, it's definitely possible. So, but no, I thought I would bring that up. You know, 60 home runs for Mr. Kyle Riley.
For someone who's not like a designated hitter.
No, he's a sick catcher.
I know, it's crazy.
It's not like he DHs; he catches.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Hey, he can play both sides of the field pretty well. Like I know, you know, there's something to be said for the two-way players like Shohei Ohtani, but I think having a catcher that can also hit pretty well is incredible.
No, for sure, and you know, shout out to him just having a pretty amazing season. So, no, definitely something to shout out for sure. And in that MVP race, pretty deep with
I hope he gets
Judge
it
right now. I mean, obviously I gotta go biased. I obviously want Judge to get it.
Yeah.
So, but.
Well, he's your man.
We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the average and stuff. You know, and then people are like, oh, but Riley's only batting 250. So what? He has 60 freaking home runs.
Yeah.
So like
in the regular season too.
Like okay, like but no, like. And then last night Judge hit 50 again. And like he joined like Mickey Mantle and like some other players from like elite like 50 home run club. And then he hit 51 last night as well.
Yep.
So, you know. It's just that big question that shout out DJ Damon T that asked my father, Mr. Rogers, last week on the radio. Like, is this the year that we? I know everybody asks this like all the time with him. Is like, is this the year he finally breaks out?
Yeah.
And, like actually hits in October.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just one of those things that I want to say yes to, but at the same time, like he puts too much pressure, but expected, but also like the entire city of New York is like relying on that too as well. But no, I just feel like just be cool. I know it's a different atmosphere, but just be cool, calm, and collected. Yep. Like you are. It's easier said than done to do that in the regular season compared to the postseason. Just two different animals there. Yeah. But just stay relaxed. Be cool.
Yeah. I think it's also not like, you know, just resting on the laurels of like, okay, we got in the postseason, so we can kind of relax a little bit. It's like, no, you got to keep like some momentum going without like psyching yourself out.
Sure. I feel like that's something big to like talk about as well. Like, I mean, keep calm and cool and collected, but like, can you transfer that to October?
Right.
So, and that's a big question for Judge, and we'll see how he does this coming October. Actually, the wild card series starts this weekend on the 30th. Okay. So, we could, I believe it's like it's starting. Yeah, it said September, like this upcoming weekend. I believe. If not, it's starting early next week, and then I know after that the divisional series will kick off. I believe the weekend after. So, but no, there'll be a lot of questions to answer. The Yankees are actually tied with the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto has the tiebreaker but the Yankees would have to win the next couple games. Actually, I saw Brian Hoach from Twitter, that's the Yankees beat writer, that put this out about like 30, 45 minutes ago,
right.
actually. And he brought up like a scenario for that. Like, you know, like say if one of them wins and like the other one loses.
Right.
Or like, et cetera, et cetera. And he brought it up, actually. So the AL East champion, New York Yankees or Toronto, can clinch a bye in the wild card round and home field advantage in the AL Division Series if Cleveland loses at Detroit, or New York beats the White Sox tonight, or Toronto beats Boston. Any of these three outcomes will ensure that the AL East winners finish ahead of the AL Central.
Okay.
So, like those scenarios that we just heard, like if the Yankees win, Cleveland loses, or maybe it's like the exact opposite. Detroit wins, and then Boston wins, and then, or like no, I said Boston. Detroit wins, and then Toronto wins.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a flip forward on that. Like if the Cleveland loses to Detroit and New York beats the White Sox,
right.
and then like maybe it's just like one of those scenarios.
Yeah.
So like that's why he brought it up about an hour ago. So, but no, I thought that I would bring that up. You know, it's something to watch. I know Toronto holds the tiebreaker over the Yankees currently right now.
Yeah.
And honestly, I a week ago I wasn't really paying attention to the division. I was like, oh, Toronto's got this. Yeah. And then like I turned back and I'm like, we're only one game behind. Like, and then the funny thing is the Yankees blew this like whole big league in the AL East like earlier in the season.
I know.
And then Toronto had this big thing, but if we want to talk about blowing, and I know the Yankees did like with that when it comes to the division, let's talk about how Detroit blew that insane lead to the Cleveland in the division. Yeah. They had what, like a 16-game lead, and then look at now, like Cleveland's leading the division right now,
which is great,
which is nuts. Like they had a 16-game lead, or like 15 games, and then Cleveland has it right now.
Yeah,
which is absolutely nuts because you look at it from a standpoint and you're like, well, you should be able to, like, keep that, obviously. Yeah, Cleveland has a 1-game lead right now with, like, 4 games to go.
Yeah, that's what I just saw.
And it's actually nuts because, you know, kudos to them for actually sticking into it and, like, staying to it because, like, a 16-game lead
is crazy.
You should be able to hold that, but I can't even talk because the Yankees did the exact same thing. Like, they freaking, like, you know, they didn't start playing well, and then Toronto just kept winning games, and then things just changed. And then it was the exact opposite. You know, I barely was paying attention to it. Then a week later, I'm like, we're only like 1-2 games out of this. I'm like, how? And then it was like flipping opposites. Like Toronto, like started playing like having a struggle, and then the Yankees just started catching fire. Mm-hmm. So
anything.
It's one of those things on 162 where you just can't guarantee anything. I know that, you know, but when you have that big of a lead, that's when you're like, well, how do you not keep this? Or like, why is it not like in your hands or something like that? So when I saw that, I was like, that's just nuts. So no, like I said, Cleveland's got a 1-game lead. Toronto holds the tiebreaker on the Yankees. I just mentioned that. You know, big lead that the Guardians came over on the Tigers as well. Yeah. So,
and I think now they're only like 1 game ahead. But still,
Cleveland's got a 1-game lead on Detroit, and Detroit has lost 8 in a row. Actually, they're 1-9 in their last 10. Actually, but Cleveland's the exact opposite, 9-1 in their last 10. So that's a big, that's big for sure. And if we check the standings in the wild card right now, the Yankees are the 4 seed. It's Toronto, Seattle, Cleveland. And it's the Red Sox, Yankees, and the Tigers, followed by Houston at number 7, 1 game behind for that 6th spot. Yep. So when it comes to that, since New York already clinched the postseason, and I believe Boston has to just win 2 more games, and they clinch. You know, does Houston actually sneak in? That's the thing. Right. Like, it's just one of those things with 4 or 5 games to go that you don't know entirely. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, what's going to happen. Yeah. And the remaining schedule for, and I know the Yanks already clinched though, but like they're more focused on that whole division thing. Right. They want to get that. And I'd want to get that too, to be honest. Yep. Like, but when it comes to the Sox point of view of things, you know, they have another game with Toronto tonight looking for the sweep. I'm rooting obviously for the Sox to win that because I need
them
to win and I need the Yankees to beat the White Sox.
Yeah.
So, and then you have, the rest of the way, Boston's in home against Detroit the rest of the way.
I mean, I think they'll beat the White Sox though. Like the White Sox haven't been that good this year.
They haven't been good in a while. So,
you know what? That's a fair statement.
Unfortunate for their perspective on things. No,
Yeah.
they've not been. Unfortunately, they have a very small market, and I don't think their owner really cares, which is really sad.
Yeah.
But no. But when it comes to a Philadelphia point of view, my Philadelphia fan.
Yes.
Actually, I was meaning to get to you on the Phillies because I know this is my first time having you on this semester and the start. They're rocking. They're playing well.
They clinched the
93
NL
and
East.
65. They are 20. They are 25 games over 500.
Yeah.
So that's quite the season, obviously.
Yeah.
And then 5-5 in your last 10. Not bad. Playing well.
Yeah. I mean, last night's game was pretty crazy.
I know that Kyle Schwarber hit 2.
Yeah.
And he has 56 homers now.
Yeah.
So it's
and
I think you're just used to that point with him that for him just to go out there and just keep smacking it. He's a good player.
Yeah.
And once October comes around, he's a guy that's really cool, calm, and collected. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I mean, obviously, it must be a big kill though for Zach Wheeler. For you.
I know.
Pitching rotation wise, that must be a huge killer come postseason in the next 4 or 5 days.
Oh, for sure. Because he's, someone that was reliable, that pitches really well. And so it's kind of, I don't know. I think it'll be difficult, but I don't think that necessarily puts them out. I mean, we've seen great output from Jesus Luzardo. You have Ranger Suarez.
Well, don't forget about Aaron Nola.
So I'm kind of torn on Aaron Nola because from game to game or even inning to inning, it just seems like you're getting a different pitcher every time. I feel like sometimes he's confident in what he's doing, and then other times it's just what are you throwing? It's to me it's crazy, and I don't know all the best technical terms for how he is up there on the mound, but there's not if it was the 9th inning and we really needed it, I wouldn't put it in Aaron Nola. And obviously I know he's not a closer, right?
Say
we
if
have
you had to
Juan Duran, who's
what
the
you
best.
were saying there, if you had to bring him in, because you know how Walker Buehler closed out the Yankees last year, you brought him in out of relief.
Yeah.
So say you wouldn't want to, if you had to put him in there as a starter in the bullpen, you wouldn't trust him.
I wouldn't trust him. Yeah. That's how I feel.
That's the same way how I felt about Marcus Stroman when he was on the Yankees. Oh my lord. It's just bad, bro.
Right. It's when they're on, they're on.
Because the first half of the season, he's a first half guy. Other than that, you get to the second half of the season and he freezes like a pumpkin.
Yeah.
He's frozen.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you're I don't trust this guy in this scenario for reasons because you feel like sometimes he can be consistent, and this is with anybody, and then sometimes he can be inconsistent. And
exactly.
And obviously not every day you have your best stuff. You're gonna get popped sometimes.
Right.
So, but especially come postseason, you want guys, ready to go, arms rested, and that's a big thing when it comes with the Yankees. I'm kind of concerned with their bullpen.
Yeah.
Bullpen's blown over 20 games this year.
Yeah.
And we're getting close to the postseason. So the thing with that is can the Yankees really lock in with their bullpen?
Right.
Obviously losing Garrett Cole this year, big loss, obviously, because you got Fried, and then Fried's been meeting his expectations. Rodon's pitching well.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel who's going to be their number 3 when it comes to the postseason, but you need pitching obviously to win a pennant or win a World Series,
right?
And defense comes with a big factor too. I feel cleaning up a little bit of stuff on the bases as well.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's always going to come down to pitching and defense.
Oh, for sure.
That's the thing that concerns me. I mean,
yeah.
But it's another point that you bring up. It's you got to have people that you can go in with the bullpen.
Exactly.
So, and what if there comes a scenario that Philly ends up doing something like that?
I know.
that's when you're like, do I trust this person in this scenario?
Yeah. I mean, and I think, so Rob Thompson, who's the
Phillies
manager. Yeah. For me, historically, like in my heart, I don't know if it's accurate, you know, in the books, but I think sometimes he doesn't know when to pull like the player. He doesn't know when to go to the bullpen, and he leaves the person in like a little too
That's
long.
how I feel about Boone, like all the time.
Right. Because I'm like, I'll be watching and I'll be like, no, you need to pull this guy.
Batter later, and you're like, oh, but this guy wasn't ready for the batter before. You know, I only should have pulled him. And when they have that 3 batter,
oh my gosh,
3 batter rule where you have to face 3 batters, and then you keep the guy in too long, and your guy in your bullpen's ready to go, and then you make the decision 1 batter late. Yeah,
and it's like, and then you're counting on that guy to come in and like fix the problem, and like I think he just needs to, you know, do better at that. I'm glad. Well, I'm not glad. You know, Jordan Romano was injured, but like,
no, that's a big bullpen guy. Lost a former Toronto guy.
Yeah, but I mean, like I don't know what happened to him this season, but he's just been like awful, like unreliable. And then I feel like Matt Strahm does a pretty good job most of the time, but sometimes it's just like you could see him like hesitating a little bit. But yeah, I feel like Taijuan Walker, Nola Suarez, Christopher Sanchez.
Walker's former Met, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was going to say the F word. Sorry, radio.
That's okay. You didn't, though.
Yeah. So. I hate the Mets.
Speaking of the Mets, I mean, they're hanging in there. They're hanging in there. Yeah? They're there, but they have had, like, the biggest downfall.
It's great. It's beautiful.
And honestly, I'm sure as a Phillies fan, that makes you, like, stupidly happy. But,
I'm joyous.
Actually, my family in Connecticut are like my uncles and my cousin, like a few of my cousins are Mets fans. So I wonder how they're feeling right now. Dude, they're barely hanging in there right now. They're only 1 game ahead of that wild card spot, with the Diamondbacks and the Reds both tied with 1 game with the Mets right now.
Which is something, and like it's a sentence
the Mets have to like watch their
say.
back, because like they're okay. So the upcoming schedule for the Mets, you know, they have I'm sure, you know, for them they got the Cubs. They have 1 other game with the Cubs tonight.
Yep.
And then they play the Marlins for the next 3.
So, but the Marlins have been like
consistently playing good, and people have been being like quiet about it.
I know.
Like, the thing is with them, they're done, obviously.
But if they can ruin the season a little bit more for the Mets, I would make me really
the other
happy.
thing is, too, you know, for those 2 teams, because we were talking about the Diamondbacks and Reds that are 1 game behind that last wildcard spot.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the Reds, they have a game with the Pirates tonight, which they should take care. Actually, no, that must be in a rain delay, because that game was supposed to start about an hour ago.
Ooh.
So, and when it comes to the Diamondback side of things, they play at 3:40 against the defending champs.
Yeah.
So, okay.
How do you think that's going to go? Because, I mean, the Diamondbacks are kind of like a dark horse, I think.
Like 2 years ago, they were in the World Series.
I know.
So,
that's the thing.
Like, one of those teams that are just like quiet, but like they're snuck up there.
Yeah.
So, but no, for those 3 teams, the Mets remaining schedule, they got 3 with the Marlins.
Mm-hmm.
For the Diamondbacks' point of view, they are playing the Padres, so that's going to be something for them. And when it comes to the Reds, they have the Brewers. So, and the Brewers obviously already won their division, so
the Brewers have been incredible.
They're already like right where they need to be. So like for them, it's just like obviously you're not just gonna. You know what I mean? You're still playing to win. You know what I mean? But, like, at the same time, it's like there's tests for these. For the Mets' point of view, you have the Marlins. You have to take care of business. I know the Marlins are playing well, but you have to take care of business if you want to make it.
Yeah.
So, but for the Diamondbacks and for the Reds, that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. You play the Dodgers
that's
and the
Brewers. That is going to be so. Yeah, but for the Brewers' point of view, it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm already
there. It's another day in paradise.
Yeah, I'm already there. So it's like, why? But they're still going to be. You know what I mean? They're still going to be trying, still be doing their thing.
Exactly.
So, but no, it's going to be an interesting last 4 or 5 days of Major League Baseball. And, you know, it's always this time of year, and I'll ask you this question before we get to Philadelphia's upcoming schedule. When it comes to a year in sports, like a season in sports, what is, like, your favorite? Like, because I know some people, like, mix up their answers. For me, I'm just going with, like, fall, dude. Once we get like to NFL season, we got, MLB, NFL, and sooner rather than later, NHL preseason already started. Sooner rather than later, NBA is getting back in, so NHL's coming back. Yeah. So it's like I ask, and then obviously CFB's on. So like, when it comes to that, like favorite like sports season, what do we got?
So like you, I think it's pretty great when you have like baseball going on, you have football going on. And it's pretty fun. But I think for me, it's like the trifecta mix when you have like football, it's like the World Series is kind of there. And then you also have, like basketball going on and hockey. So you kind of get like four. And then if you include college sports as well.
You're more into like early, like when like the MLB starts.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could see that because, like, yes, you still got Major League Baseball, NBA, and NHL at that time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I'm just like, well, because, like, obviously you get close to the NBA playoffs and then obviously NHL.
Yep.
And those, like, start at, like, usually the end of March, early, like, a little more until April. But, like, for me, it's just, like, having those two sports and then later on adding the other two is just, like, that's, like, my favorite. Because, like, sweet. October's here. Yeah. So, like, postseason baseball's here.
Yep.
And then we're in like the 5th or 6th week of the NFL. Yeah. And then college is like a week ahead because they start 2 weeks before.
Exactly.
So like you get all three of them like all at once. So, but no, I was just asking a question, because I tentatively ask sometimes guess that. So
that's a good one.
So when it comes to the Philadelphia Phillies standpoint, they got the Marlins for one more game tonight.
Yep.
And I think that should be a win. Depending on who's on the bump though. But on Friday, Philadelphia will actually they're against the Twins for the last 3 games. So, honestly,
I think they got it.
You've been in.
Yeah.
So, you're going to be fine. So,
yeah.
And
obviously, if they play like they did last
you won
night,
the division too. So, so you'll get the first round bye, obviously. Right. And then you'll play not this week and the following weekend.
Yeah, well, I hope so. Yeah, so
well, that's
give them some time to rest and like recoup, and
that's the other thing too. When it comes to postseason, I mean, you could have some time to rest, but
you want the bye.
You want the bye, but the other thing is too, you don't want to say you play your last game because everybody plays their last game Sunday. So when you're done playing your last game, you have 5-6 days off.
Yeah.
So the only thing is, one thing you watch out for, and sometimes this happens in the NFL, like teams get like a week or 2 off.
Yeah. And then they
come back and you're...
Yeah, I know.
You're not...
Yeah, you're not ready.
It is good with rest, and I think you need rest, especially when it comes to the postseason. I'm not disagreeing with that, but there's also... When it comes to rest, it could be too much.
You don't want too much.
Or it could be... Oh, great,
like, I'm still practicing.
Smacking down right where I want to be.
Yeah,
but I'm also like, great, I've also had like almost a week and a half to 2 weeks off. Yeah. Like, there's one of the other things, that's what you got to watch out for as well.
Exactly.
But... it's big in that scenario.
Yeah, for sure.
As well. But no, Philadelphia, they're fine. They'll be in, obviously. So, it's going to be interesting. 4 days left. Keeping out for the Yankees. Like I said, Toronto has the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how the next 4 days go. But all those scenarios I mentioned as well. So, for the National Football League, 'cause honestly, I might just play one song at the end because we're only like 13 minutes. So,
okay. Go straight through?
Yeah, I don't know. Why not, honestly? Because we started off with, like, how the semester was and how are things going through the motions, and then we talked to a CFB, and we talked to a little MLB, and now we're going to get cracking into the National Football League.
Let's go.
So, as a Giants fan, I'm happy for this person, but at the same time, Daniel Jones is just playing already like the comeback player of the year / like MVP candidate in like week 4.
Yeah, but do you see what happens when people leave the Giants,
Rob? It's not just leaving the Giants, Catloaf. It's leaving New York in general. It's not just leaving one spot. It's leaving New York.
Yeah.
You leave New York and like, look what happens. You go out and play like the next like Tom Brady or David Ortiz, for an example.
Yeah.
And then I just look at it from a standpoint and I'm like, so much for the whole pressure thing. Dude, they say that all the time, bro.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm just annoyed because, like, this happens with everybody. They come to New York and then, minus Juan Soto and a few other players I've seen, like, in the past, like, OBJ and stuff like that. Barkley, I know they had some injury problems, but yeah.
Right.
Like, if we're talking, like, sports, like, in general, yes.
Yep.
Like, people come to New York and just things just change, bro.
Yeah.
And then like, look at Daniel Jones though. Like, and then when it comes to that, bro, like just look at that. Like he leaves the Giants, gets released, and has been obviously the best free agent signing. Yeah. This offseason. Just look at it, bro.
I also think in a weird way, like being let go sometimes puts like the fire under some people, and they're like, you know, it's like that Shaq meme that you see all the time. That's like, and I took that personally. You know what I mean? Like, and I think it's also being surrounded by like the right players, the right coaches who call the right calls. And if you are really building like a team around like a good player, that makes a difference too.
Well, there's a difference. He actually has an offensive line now, so like he's not on some like fake team, bro. I mean, I'm not calling.
Are you calling the Giants?
Well, the Giants have been horrible for the last like 13 years. So what I'm trying to say is that like he's not on some like bummy offensive line, bro. Like he's actually at. I'm not calling the Colts like the next coming of like the Patriots for years. But
No.
what I'm trying to say is that at least he plays on a real football team with real coaching and real schemes.
Yeah.
Don't see that in my team at all.
So what do you think it would take for your team? Like,
well, honestly, Jackson Dart has got the start for week 4. So, but Giants remaining schedule.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's just bad, bro. It's horrible. They got the Chargers this week.
Oh, that's gonna be tough.
The Saints next week. The
Saints.
Out of these next like 5-6 games, that might be like the one game I see them winning.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sorry,
Philadelphia twice in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's great. So that's like 2 wins for you already. So like, and like one of them is I think Thursday night too.
Yeah.
So I'm great. So excited. And then I look at it for a more standpoint. They got obviously the Chargers. They got the Saints coming up. And then they play Philadelphia on Thursday night.
Yeah.
And then obviously they wouldn't play till the following Sunday. Then they play Denver.
Yeah. Which
like their remaining schedule is brutal, bro.
Yeah.
And then after that, they got Philadelphia again. One in New York, one in Philly. And the one in New York will be in a few weeks, and then the one in Philly is in week 9. Actually, week 8.
Yeah.
So, but when it comes to that, dude, it's just brutal.
Yeah.
Absolute terrible of a schedule. And honestly, I mean. It's just, when I saw their schedule come out, I was like,
what is this?
Now it's our turn for us to have the doom and despair schedule.
Just look at the schedule
like, I'm like, oh wait, I can't wait to see my team win 2 or 3 games and have like the first or second pick again. And then there have been people saying like, what if you take Arch Manning and he declares for it? And then I'm like, what do you do with Jackson Dart then? And I'm like, that's the thing. But here's the other thing too. Dayball and Schoen are playing Dart to save their jobs, bro. Because guess what? They could be gone by the end of this season.
Oh, so, for sure.
Like, and here's the thing. What is this going to be? Like the 9th or 10th time in the last, like, 10, 11 years that the Giants have made a coaching change? Yeah. So, like, I don't know. And then the question is, who's out there? So, like, I don't know. It's just, like, the Giants are a complete terrible mess. So, and honestly, I was just, like, felt so bad because like someone put on a post last week on Insta, trash bag on the top of their head, same old Giants. True, it's true, straight up facts. And I feel so bad, bro, because like even it doesn't matter who's the quarterback, it doesn't matter who's like running it, like it's just same thing.
Yeah, I mean, so question for you though, like going into this season, did you think that like Russell Wilson would be of any? Not of any use, but like, did you think he was going to be better than he has been? Like
last week he played absolutely terrible, and then the week before he had that crazy 400-yard game. Yeah, he was throwing moonballs that like entire time. Yeah. So like, can I really call that like? Sure, I can call it a great performance. I'll give him that, but like, was it really that impressive when you're just throwing up Hail Marys pretty much?
And when you've been in the league for so long, like I think like I watched an interview with Aaron Andrews that he did like before the first game, and you know she was talking about how he's been in the league for like 10 years, and you know he's like he's experienced and he's been to the top, etc., etc. But to me, it's like I've been telling my husband this whole time, but I'm like he should retire. Like him and Aaron Rodgers should just retire. Like
well, and A-Rod's playing well.
But
I mean, last week that Patriots game, Patriots got so hosed in that game. Yeah. Because, like...
I mean, the Patriots have been terrible.
If Stevenson didn't fumble, like those few times, and then the Gibson happened too with the fumble, like take those out, the Patriots probably win by a couple scores. Yeah, and then it's like we say, ball security. Yep. Like if you don't retain possession, if you don't
turn over the ball,
you're gonna be perfectly fine. Yeah, but when you turn over the ball,
that's it.
Giving them a short field,
right?
I don't want to say you're giving them a free 6, but
you're
getting them close.
Yeah, because even if they don't get it, like that's a pretty easy field goal, you know?
Yeah. Either way, but no, it's just like Giants just remain in schedule, like I said, and then the Denver game as well. And I'm not gonna go over the whole thing, but all you need to know is that it's just pretty atrocious. But to kick off Week 4, we have Seattle and Arizona tonight in Arizona. Yeah. Both teams are 2-1 with the 49ers and alone in the first place right now in the NFC West. Yeah. And actually that division, I always question that division because that division always can be tough. And actually the Niners stand alone with that. Brock Purdy's probably going to be back this week. Mac Jones didn't play bad for those 2 games though.
I know.
I think he was dealing with an injury, though, while he was playing the games. But, yeah, they stand alone, 3-0, and those other teams, the Cardinals, Seahawks, and Rams, are both 2-1. Yeah. So, that I feel like sometimes that division is actually, at least I feel like in recent memory, that division's been tough. Yeah. For sure.
Well, they've stayed, consistent.
Those are just teams that are, they stay consistently well, But, no, that's going to be a good game. Who do you... It should be a decent game. Who do you have? I honestly
Let me take a look.
I honestly, you know what? I'm gonna go with Seattle on the road. Yeah. Actually, see if they can pick up a win in Arizona tonight on a short week. So.
Yeah, I mean, I went to a Cardinals game ages ago.
Really? In Phoenix.
In
cool.
Phoenix, yeah, it was a lot of fun. They do a lot of the Rise Up Red Sea, but I think, I don't know, they could do it. Who knows? I'm not rooting for them by any means, but, if I have to pick between the two, I think I'd also pick the Seahawks.
I'm going Seattle on the road.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously we're going to move on to the Sunday slate, Week 4. We got the Vikings and Steelers at 9:30. Okay. That is obviously an international game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the second one of the season because the Chiefs and Chargers did one too.
Yeah. So where is this one, London?
I wouldn't be surprised. So. It's most likely.
Okay.
I'm probably going with I like Brian Flores' Vikings.
Yeah.
With their defense, well. But I think that the Vikings are gonna take it.
I'd rather the Vikings with Isaiah Rodgers. That's who's on there? So I just don't like the Steelers or Pittsburgh.
Interesting, because they're in an entirely different conference than the Eagles.
I know, but I just don't like them.
So
I've been to Pittsburgh.
Like you don't really. Is it more of the area that you don't like?
Okay. No, just everything. So I went to Pittsburgh once for work, and I was wearing my Eagle stuff, and I was just getting straight up harassed in the airport, and you better take that off when you're around here. And ever since then, I've been like, could do without Pittsburgh. It's fine.
Just ignore them. Yeah. To be honest.
Well, there's I think you have fun ribbing, right? But then there's some people who get really insane about it, and I'm like, all right, you can calm down a little bit.
Just relax now. You don't have to go, that entirely crazy. But yeah, we got Washington and the Falcons.
I want Falcons to win because I also hate the Commanders. They're not going to. So.
I don't want to say the Commanders because they're in my division, but I'm going to take Washington here. I feel like they're going to... I don't know if Mariota is going to be back again, but I still think either way, regardless with Daniels there or not, I still think that the Commanders
can do it.
Because last week, Michael Penix really laid an egg, so that just didn't look well for Atlanta last week. And obviously, this is a no-brainer. Buffalo and the Saints. Obviously Buffalo's going to... I would hope that Buffalo, if they lose, that'd be 100%. Hilarious. But no. I wouldn't. I'm going Buffalo for sure.
Josh Allen's my man. I
still got Lamar over him.
Really?
Any day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Interesting.
Problem with Josh Allen is I understand he won the MVP last year, but he turns the ball over way too much. So that's my thing with him.
So he does, but I feel like you know, like every week I'm like, I know he's going to at least get like 16 points. So,
well, I mean,
and most of the time he gets like over 20.
Granted, the Bills' schedule minus that Ravens game has been kind of weak.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they played the Dolphins last week.
Mm-hmm.
They had that Ravens game. And then, who did they have? I'm going to check who they had before that. So, you had that Ravens and Bills game, which was an absolute killer of a game.
Yep.
And they had that Dolphins game.
Yep.
So, like, honestly, they haven't really played anyone, like, major. So, minus the whole Ravens thing, the Ravens game. But, and by the way...
the Jets aren't, like, a real team.
No,
in my eyes.
they're not. They're not.
I will honestly tell you that I forget half the time that the Jets, like, are a team that exists.
Well, I mean, they looked more competitive than the Giants did last week. So.
Fair.
They only lost by 7 points. They had that unfortunate blocked field goal.
Right.
So no, but they're 0-3, just like the Giants. So,
yep.
And I saw the other day it's like the 10th time in the last like years like the Giants and Jets have started off the season like entirely horrible like that.
Yeah.
Without a win. So we'll speed through the rest of these games.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Browns and the Lions. Detroit at home. I think Detroit's gonna.
I think the Lions.
Even though the Browns held the Packers to only like 10 points last week.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, Detroit's gonna win. People were questioning after they lost their first game, like, oh well, they don't look great, and then the next 2 weeks they just go
Is
back
Shador
to
still
being
starting
them.
for the Browns? Was he ever starting?
No,
for the
it was
Browns?
Flacco.
Oh, okay. See, that's another person that I forget because in my eyes, like, or in my mind, I always remember Joe Flacco on the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
So like,
Super Bowl champ. Yeah.
Exactly. So I always forget that he's like floating around out there in Cleveland.
Sure. I'm taking Detroit though.
Okay.
I think we're gonna go Tennessee and the Texans, both teams at 0-3.
Pretty terrible.
Well, one team's got to get the first win, so
probably not the Texans.
Yeah, the way that the Texans have been playing, you know, I'm going Tennessee on the road.
Yeah.
Carolina and New England. I know Carolina led the belt down to the beat down to Atlanta last week, but
I'll go Panthers because the Patriots haven't been that good. Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna stick with New England at home.
Right.
I feel like they get to 500 here.
Okay.
We got the Chargers and Giants. Sorry, bro, I'm taking the Chargers on this one. Giants. I want to see Jackson Dart play well.
You gotta believe in your team, Rod.
I want to see Jackson Dart play well, but like. We also got to get Neighbors the ball. Neighbors barely got any targets last week because he was getting locked down by Steve Spagnuolo's defense.
Oh, yeah.
Former Super Bowl champion of the Giants as well. So, actually, he went to BC as well. So, yeah, I'm taking the Chargers on the road against the Giants.
Okay.
What do you got?
Yeah, I'll go Chargers.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if I'd be shocked if the Giants win on Sunday.
For your sake, I hope the Giants win, but you know.
I wouldn't be surprised they didn't. Philly and Tampa.
Philly.
Both teams 3-0.
Yeah, go Birds.
Give me Tampa, baby.
Nah, see, you gotta believe. I always believe. Yeah. Even in last week's game, which was crazy.
Give me Tampa, baby. They're 3-0 too. Baker's playing great over there. So, I don't know. I think this game's going to be good. And surprisingly,
I think the game is going to be
surprisingly, this is a 1 o'clock game.
I know.
So, like,
it's
I don't know how this
isn't
isn't like a 4:25 game or something like that. But,
we can't give the Eagles all the prime games, you know?
Well, no. Well, it wouldn't be a primetime game. It'd be a mid-afternoon game. We got Colts and Rams. I think I got... Actually, you know what? Give me Indiana Jones on the road against the Rams.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can go Rams. I'll go Colts.
I chose the Colts.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll go Rams. Just to go against you.
Opposite.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, San Francisco.
I think San Francisco.
I think San Francisco.
The Jaguars is also another team that I always like forget exists.
They're 2-1 too, actually.
Yeah.
So, but I'm taking San Fran.
Okay.
We got this is gonna be a great game. Ravens and Chiefs, bro. Both teams are 1-2.
Ravens.
And honestly, someone's going to 2-2 and someone's going to 1-3.
Yeah,
so,
I hope the Ravens win because I absolutely hate the Chiefs and I've enjoyed seeing them like
I'm going
lose.
Baltimore too. I can't stand the Chiefs.
I can't stand them. It just feels so good. And also like I just feel like all their players are like children. You know what I mean? Like they throw so many like fits on the sideline when they're like, how could we possibly? Yeah, and also like Travis Kelce and like.
I'm sick and tired of the amount of like I'm not even going to say the word.
I know, don't say it.
I'm not going to, but I'm sick and tired of that.
I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of hearing about them.
Last week, I know he got the ball back from Okereke.
Yeah.
But, like, he threw the ball behind him, and Chris Collinsworth was like, that was an amazing decision by Patrick Mahomes. Right. I loved what he did on that play. Dude, let alone he threw a lateral on that play.
Right.
And if Okereke held onto it and get ripped out, the Giants would have had the ball at, like, the 6-yard line. Yeah. But then when he brings that up, I'm like, just be quiet, bro. Yeah. Honestly. But, no, like, it's crazy because it's not just him. Like, almost, like, all the announcers, like, just...
They're like, oh, but they'll get it back up and, like...
favorite him. Like, oh, it's just so annoying. But, yes, I want Lamar to have a bounce-back week. I know that he had a little bit of... some turnover problems happening last week towards the end of the game, but that game with the Lions was great. It was probably my favorite game last week for sure. That was cool. But,
go Lamar, we're counting on you.
I got Lamar on that one, baby. We're going Chicago and Las Vegas.
Oh my God, those are two garbage teams from two garbage towns.
Honestly, the way that the Bears played last week, and granted, Dallas secondary is horrible. Their defense is so bad, bro, and like they're just not a good team. That game when we played the Cowboys, I was so ticked. But offense plays great, and then the defense gives up 40 points, bro. Yeah. So I would 37 points. When was the last time I saw the Giants put up that many points, bro? Crazy? It was when we beat Arizona 2 years ago when Jones had that crazy comeback. The Giants were down like 28 to 6. And like that was the last time I saw the Giants actually score like that many points. So and then we lose because our defense just freaking drops that. But like no. I'm going Chicago.
You going Chicago? I go Chicago too, just because I can't stand all of the like silver face paint from the Raiders.
Well, I see how that is. So the return of Micah Parsons to Dallas Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, I hope that he does well. Because I hate the Cowboys, honestly. So I hope he does well. I hope he comes back. I hope everybody boos for him and he plays a really, really great game.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Last game, then we got to wrap up. I'm not gonna be able to play a song, which is cool because that means it'll be easy for me just to get this on YouTube and like.
Plus, you can edit it and just add a song at the end if you want.
Yeah, well, yeah, I could, because I'll probably just hit the other thing. But two Monday Night Football games, Dolphins, Jets, and one of these teams have to get their first win.
Isn't that sad?
And I'm not really surprised, but honestly, give me my other New York team.
All right, so you got Jets, Dolphins?
I'm not a fan of the Jets, but the other team in New York. So I'm getting the Jets here.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like they need to get a win here. So, and I just feel like the Dolphins are just brutal.
Yeah,
I mean, both teams are crappy, so like it's not like it's like anything like insane, but like also I think the Jets need this.
Plus, the Dolphins haven't been really good since they had their sweet 90s logo. So, yeah, I think that cursed them.
The whole Marino thing.
Yeah. The laces were in.
So Cincy and Denver.
Yep. Bengals without Burrow. I don't see that going well for them.
Give me Bo Nix in Denver.
Yeah. I think the Broncos are going to pull it off.
Yeah, I think Denver is going to pull it off. All right, so we're going to wrap up here with Midday with the Raj Part 4. I know we went a little bit off overtime, but we got our next DJ coming on in a matter of moments. This episode will be on YouTube like ASAP. I'm just going to hit the stop button, and then I'm just going to grab the...
Good talking sports with you today, Al.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for coming on, Cat Loaf.
Of course.
Cat Loaf. And I'm going to grab the flash drive and just get going, and we're going to get this on.
Sounds good. Listen to Midday with the Raj.
Thank you for coming into Midday with the Raj. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel, 1 o'clock, right here at WCCH, the only radio station in Holyoke. Stay tuned for our next DJ coming on, and have a good week.
Go sports.
Yes.